Hello, and welcome to VOD of Consciousness. VOD of Consciousness with Sientir. I'm Sientir, and I'm slurring my words. And I've kind of put together some sort of party. Hopefully, it'll work okay. I think I want to start by reminding you. Wow, that's not G at all. Reminding you that you can support me on my Patreon at patreon.com/Sientir. But I'm going to go ahead and start this episode properly by reading the Nolani Academy entry. I don't think I did this last time because I'm pretty sure we finished the mission and then we got here a Yaxben and then we ended. So it's been like a week since I did the last recording session, so I apologize if we did if I did read this already. But I don't think we did. So it says, the prince and our young hero found Nolani in no better shape than the academy in Draskir. The Char had surrounded the academy and laid siege to its walls. Rurik's timely arrival was a godsend, as he still carried the mouthpiece for Stormcaller. With the young hero's help, Rurik pushed through the Char lines and made his way to Rin. Here, the prince set the mouthpiece in place and used the legendary weapon against Ascalon's mortal enemies, bringing victory to the day. King Adalbern arrived to congratulate his son on the victory and to call for a renewed push against the Char. But, in the ruins of Rin, father and son argued bitterly about how to lead the country during this time of war. Rurik argued that they should retreat across the mountains to Kryta and regroup. The king, having lived through the guild wars, still viewed Kryta as a bitter enemy, and declared they would never abandon Ascalon to the Char. In defiance, Rurik rallied the people of Rin to flee with him into the Shiverpeaks. In response, Adalbern declared he had no son. So that was a rather significant event. Now, the next mission, because we are not actually from this campaign, is not being presented to us. We can talk to Captain Osric and see if he has any skills he can teach us. Turns out he has a bunch of mesmer spells he can teach us if we were interested in learning some of them. A bunch of these are not useful to us, so we have not learned them. And I'm probably not going to really... there's an argument for grabbing Wastrel's Worry, but I can just throw that on a hero, so... and they'll be able to do that probably a little bit better. So I'm not going to worry about trying to grab anything right now. Channeling is really interesting, I think, on a dervish, but not for me. So maybe... yeah, probably mostly for a dervish. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next outpost. Now, I'm not going to do this in hard mode because I don't see a reason to go to the next outpost in hard mode. Except for maybe to try to get Norgu some experience points, but I'm not too worried about that, if I'm being frank about it. Where actually... let's see. If I do it... he would get 2 points. So... yeah, that'll allow me to bump his fast casting up to 10, which is probably good. Okay, anyway, I'm just kind of thinking out loud of where I'd put his attribute points. So this is, everybody here is going to be a little bit low level. Okay, there's really no reason to just drop Preservation like that. There's really none. Preservation is a weird spirit. I've made Margaret have a bunch of healing spirits because I thought it would be interesting. Preservation is a peculiar one. Most of my bar is kind of similar, except I've gone with Mirror of Disenchantment because a lot of these Dwarven enemies, the monks use an enchantment that basically... here, actually... why do I keep hitting the wrong button? I can show you the... it should be a short jaunt where we're going. But they use a very powerful, in a way, skill, Mark of Protection right here. For 10 seconds, whenever the enchanted ally would take damage, they're healed for that amount instead, up to 42. And all of your protection prayers are disabled for 5 seconds. But the significant bit here is the healing that it... basically for 10 seconds, that enemy is effectively invulnerable, which is just really annoying. So I wanted to bring an enchantment to be able to get... or a skill to be able to get rid of that, and I also wanted to bring a spell to be able to trigger Hexbreaker Area. So the other skill that I've brought is I'm Unstoppable, which has the key phrase cannot be knocked down, which is super, super useful because, as it turns out, a bunch of the Stone Summit are unmounted dudes that try to knock you down. So you may recall that from some of the previous areas that I have been in. There's a couple of other things going on. Specifically, I'm still using the days thing because I think that'll be useful for trying to take care of monks. So we want to go to Borlis Pass. This sign here for the Ascalon foothills is pointing the way we are from. But you'll notice that Olias is not making minions. That is because I currently have him on a Hex build. So he's using Spiteful Spirit, which will take advantage of the sped up attack rate. Part of the reason for this particular decision... I think it's over here that I want to go. Part of the reason for this particular decision is that I want to have reliable conditions for triggering Spear of Fury and Stunning Strike. And Enfeebling Blood and Weaken Armor apply conditions in area of effects with fairly short recharges. This one will decrease armor, which is sort of relevant. It means that my Spear and Margaret's Bow will be able to consistently hit more towards the damage that's supposed to. Cracked armor cannot reduce armor below 60, so it doesn't actually increase damage, but a lot of enemies it'll be kind of effective against. This is the part where I realize that I'm not used to finding Borlis Pass without the quest that takes you there. But weakness greatly decreases physical damage that enemies deal, which is super useful. It also lowers attributes by 1, which can be kind of relevant at times, but most of the time it's just going to be a fact and not really important or anything. Yeah, I think it's probably over this way. He has Well of Blood to give us some amount of healing, but Spiteful Spirit's the big deal, which just does AoE punish on action, attacking or using a skill. And then Reckless Haste increases attack speed but gives a chance to miss. And then, of course, he has the Blood Ritual for some energy regeneration. This increases attributes, so it makes the rest of his spells a little bit stronger. That's basically kind of its purpose. Otherwise, most of these guys are fairly similar to what they had been. This is kind of the next thing for me to do. This mission... actually, I really need to clear this out first, because these missions tend to be kind of lengthy. Improved sale value, so that's nice. I'm gonna just clear out these handful of inventory items, and then we will jump into this mission. I don't know if we'll be able to finish it this episode or not. I see that we're already like kind of halfway through what my traditional standard time has been, but honestly I'm okay with these running a bit long because I want to kind of get through some of these areas, and it's a little awkward to kind of interrupt in the middle. Oh, you might just to again clarify, part of the reason why I'm not bringing minions, it might be a mistake honestly, but part of the reason is because all of the ice golems that are not fleshy, and if there's any Azure Shadows and stuff, they're also not fleshy, so there's going to be a lot of non-fleshy things. It's also part of why I wanted to make sure it had conditions that other people could be spreading, because bleed does not affect things that aren't fleshy. There's some synergy here with Body Shot gaining energy off of things that have cracked armor as well. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully it goes all right. So here we go. Let's enter this. We also get a party of 6, which really helps spread stuff out a bit. And Margaret and Norgu have interrupts, so I don't feel like I need them as much. Oh, right. This part's a pain in the rear end. So this first part requires us to light some torches to be able to guide the Ascalonians. So yeah, it says we need to ignite the storm beacons to light the way through the storm. Basically, there's a storm going off on this mountaintop of Borlis Pass. I don't know why they aren't just going up around that way, or like there's not a shown path down that way, but theoretically there could be. Some point in time, I really want to take a close look at how some of the pre-searing maps compare to post-searing, but that would probably be for later on in the series. But the other, the thing is, I have to carry this torch, light these storm beacons, which means that I don't get a weapon while I'm holding the torch. Now, I'm not sure, but yeah, basically we have to light them to get the beacons across. I think it will be okay without me. doing anything, I hope. I mean, I literally can't do anything without my weapon, but I mean, this will be a good test, right, of how durable we are and all that. Norgu, for what it's worth, is doing a bunch of melee, or a bunch of attack punishing stuff. And as I kind of am not surprised, he's just rarely wearing it through. Hex Eater Signet is going to help with all of the deep freeze that we'll be experiencing. Just as an aside, there will be plenty of that going on. But yeah, so we're just going to have to light all of these beacons. We seem to be doing okay in terms of durability. This is what gives us +2 health regen. Not as amazing as I'd like, but it also costs her like 12 energy instead of the amount that it would cost a ritualist, because expertise makes it cheaper. So that's cool. So we have a wall problem here, so I'm just going to bring my heroes around here to where they can actually do stuff. There we go. Stopped that guy and his shenanigans. Need to keep lighting all of these storm beacons. More of these centaur. There's a lot of centaur along here, is kind of my point, I suppose. Much as I have a point. But I have to go and light all of these beacons. So this is one of those missions where they give you an item and it's really annoying. Yeah, I guess I could have gone for someone else. Let's just bring these up. Margaret's energy is running a little bit low, but as long as... Yeah, wow, everyone's energy is tight. Except for Parias. I don't know why Parias' energy is not tanked. There we are. Margaret does have a little bit of energy management on her bar. But I don't know. Elias should get energy back when things die, so that should help, but his bar is sort of expensive-ish. I guess those are really expensive. Okay. I don't know what that is, but let's just get rid of it for no reason other than it's there. Aha! I have more armor. I don't mind tanking some hits here. It's not a huge deal. Yeah, I'm not too worried about these guys, honestly. They're just going down. I wish I would be doing more. I don't... The thing is, I'm not sure if I can drop this torch or not. Let's get rid of whatever that enchantment is from him. I'm using this because it doesn't require any attributes, and it's fairly quick casting, low energy cost, relatively quick recharge for enchantment removal. There might be some better options in Necro, but I doubt this character has them. Specifically, Rip Enchantment is strictly better. Well, it's not strictly better. Rip Enchantment is kind of better. This removes it from all of the foe's party members. So I'm not sure how much that matters in PvE or not against these sorts of enemies. But it certainly is a benefit, I suppose, that it has. I don't know. I don't know what that was, but I don't want it there. Aha! Behold, I wield a torch. Actually, this is the guy that needs to go down. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Okay, just stay on the ground. Cool. Have fewer enchantments on you. Get burned. Get dazed. There, that'll help. Okay, they're really hammering him there. As you can see, the damage I provide is not exactly trivial, so... Yep, lots of energy pools are really tight. There's not a whole lot of reason from a damage standpoint to be using that, but whatever. And now Elias is doing more okay on energy. And I have to go back to carting this thing around. Like, we do have some healing spirits on us. Recuperation is actually kind of strongish, but I don't know, it's an interesting one. Or not recup. Rejuvenation. Rejuvenation is what I'm thinking of. Basically, this spirit heals party members that have damage on them for some actual, like, amounts each second. So it bypasses the sort of cap of health regeneration. But that comes with the consequence, I guess we could say, of... Okay, yeah, now we need to clear out these Mountaineer. Okay, let's just kill this. Okay. Wow, Norgu's getting hammered. This guy is the guy that needs to go down, folks. Target him. There we go. Daze allows him to go down much more rapidly. This will give us some additional regen, which is good. Don't know what he has on him, but let's not have whatever that is. Oh, wow, yeah, my burning was, like, not last. Okay, let's just... Why is Elias not conditioning the way I want him to be? Norgu, focus your attentions over there, would you? Okay. Well, you didn't have to interrupt yourself, but... Okay, well, whatever. That guy's down. These guys will follow. We definitely have some energy management problems, which makes me wonder if I should potentially have tried to aim my bar a bit more towards helping the party manage its energy. I don't know. That's an interesting question. I guess we'll find out. Now, I need to take this torch and turn it into Ascalon Guard Polis. Break through the locked gate into Maladar's fort. He says, you've lit all the storm beacons. Leave me the torch and I'll keep them burning. So he basically promises, now that you've killed all of these really annoying enemies, I'll do the work of getting this going. I just threw more armor on myself. It decreases damage a little bit. By about, what? Puts me from 80 AL roughly to 100 AL. So. Ah! Norgu gets more fast casting. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. I want him to have more fast casting, by the way. Because fast casting, it decreases activation time of his spells and signets. And it also reduces the recharge of his mesmer spells by 3% for each rank. So his mesmer spells will recharge 30% faster, which is going to help, especially with like getting these back online, in order to make sure that the enemy knows that we mean business. Right here is an excellent example of some of these ice golems that are going to deep freeze us, and Water Trident can knock down. But this is the precise sort of situation where I want some of these other things that I brought with me. So. He needs to really stop just randomly using preservation for no friggin' reason. I think that might be just an AI bug type of issue, but... by themselves, these guys aren't too bad. I'm not sure actually that this bar needs go for the eyes. I just don't use that much energy, it feels like. Most of my stuff is kind of adrenal. I don't know, that's an interesting question. Because, like, I usually take it as a given that you need go for the eyes, but maybe that's not always as accurate as I think it is. Do I need to go down that way? I'm trying to remember the bonuses, and I think it's going around to, like, where there might be, like, a dragon. The Giant Stomp is precisely why... fortunately, they both got interrupted, but... because it's an attack, and as it turns out, our Mesmer is geared for taking care of or stopping attacks. But yeah, so this actually would interrupt it and deal damage. Huh. If I was using attack skills or knockdown, that's actually really strong. We need this powder to blow up that, but I think there's another spot that we might want to blow up. Yeah, because that, what they'll do is they'll chain that knockdown, and it's really obnoxious. The explosives are not particularly dangerous to us, by the way. Is there... no. Looking to see if there's anyone particularly advantageous to use the stunning strike against, and there's not. No casters today's, particularly. Fertile Season just gives everyone a bunch of additional health and armor. Heh. Ironic, we do not have a particularly good setup for taking or for stopping that. Now, what I want to do is I want to poke my head around this way, because my memory is that the bonus is kind of off in one of these corners and takes us through a cave. But I'm going to have to poke my head around a little bit to try to find anything relevant. I guess the Ice Spikes just isn't lasting that... oh, Hex Eater Signet. Yeah, of course. He's using Hex Eater Signet and consuming all of them hexes for sweet, sweet energy. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I would like to be able to, but Elias has apparently decided other things are more priority than keeping conditions around on enemies. Oh. Ah, now we get some cracked armor. That's good. That'll allow me to daze it, and then that guy just won't be able to get any spells off. Okay. So I don't feel like I have the most interesting commentary, but I'm talking about the game and what's going on. That's generally going to be the case in hard mode, because I need to pay attention somewhat. Seems like these guys aren't being too bad, though. So that's helpful. Okay, so maybe it's a bit further on. Huh. I kind of thought it was back this way, but perhaps not. Oh, I think it's back. I think it's down here. I think it's right here that we need to go. So it looks like we need to go blow this up and then go in another spot. Basically, you have to blow down like a wall. And that allows you to be able to get inside to where there's some sort of dragon or something. Something like that. Bring an end to the siege of Croc's Hollow, destroy the Ballista and the forces outside the gates. Giant Stomp, of course. Although, I didn't realize how good Illusion Magic was against Giant Stomp. Apparently it's fantastic against it. Is there another... Yeah, the main quest is that way. But we want to actually kind of go this direction, I think. Dolyak Masters, by the way, like what you see over there, or Dolyak Riders, are monks. So, if an enemy's health bar just starts shooting up, and they have an enchantment on them, it's probably, yeah, like right now, yeah, let's just get that off. If we can kill this guy without engaging that other group, I'd like to. Obviously, he's being quite thoroughly hardened by this. Oh, I've got empathy and all sorts of junk on me, don't I? Oh, now I can't even see. What do you expect me to do if I can't see? Here, let's get some random hex off. I don't want to be attacking too much when I've got a empathy on me, because that's bad form. Oh, Plague Touch. Okay, sure. That makes sense for what's happening there. Oh, I'm trying to remember how this business goes. Yeah, see, that one actually got off, but I didn't get knocked down by it because I am unstoppable. I wish I could do that for my heroes. Technically I could, but I didn't bring that shout. How was it? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, because I think it's down this way that we need to go for the bonus. Oh, I am getting slammed with everything. I want some hex off of me. Oh man, it's just not worth it to attack, not when I've got blind and empathy on me and stuff. There. Make that guy dazed at least. Oh, we don't want him passing days around though. That's no good. Cool. Okay, that guy's down. I'm gonna throw Hexbreaker Rhea down. There we go. Pull empathy off of myself the good old-fashioned way of casting a spell, I guess. Okay, cool. Now, do we just pull this gate switch? Yeah, I guess we just pull this gate switch. At some point in time? I don't remember how this works. Do we need to go end that siege? No, we need to go around this way, I think. Past these guys and down into that ravine. So there's a bunch of guys here, and it looks like this patrol is moving forward. So I want to just... I hit the wrong button, and I kind of flubbed. Oh, well, that's okay. Get these guys down, because it is annoying. Like, I want to stop this guy from empathying, because it's very annoying. Probably more correct to target the Dolyak Master most of the time. But the Sage spamming empathy on our team is very strong. So I kind of like to avoid that happening as much as I can. These Howlers are weird, though. They're using a bunch of touch skills, which is generally not... Priest of Dagnar. Oh, this is a very interesting NPC. Dagnar is a important Stone Summit individual who will show up later on in the narrative. There we go. Take him down. And we need to... Where's this? Here's this Dwarven Powder Keg Station. We need to go get some Dwarven Powder. And kind of... I think it's past Rornak over here. Oh. This one looks like the -50 Cesta. And I believe if we come back here, we can blow this up. And then I'm going to go back here because I believe we need another powder keg. But we can talk to him and get the bonus. My plan is to basically do the bonus and then kind of end this episode there. Then pick up the next one after doing that. Yeah, that's going to be my general plan of action, I think. And I just realized that I forgot something. That's okay. That's okay. So what we want to do is we want to drop this generally over here. I'll talk to this guy. He says, "You freed me of my bonds, and I am grateful to ye. Stone Summit caught him sneaking around Meladar's fort, trying to spy on their plans. They've got an ice drake. They're planning to unleash on Grubbel's Gulch. I've smelt foul stench when the winds blow this way. If you'd find it and kill it, I'd be much obliged." Okay, so, maybe... No, it's definitely here that you need to plant that, but maybe I put it in the wrong spot, or maybe I put it there before I blow it up? That would seem strange, but... Here we are, asking these strange questions. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this and make my way back to him, and hopefully it will work this time. Yeah. I'm just going to take a moment to make myself a note. Once I plant this and need to wait for it to go off. It's like somewhere right in here that you stick it. And it should blow that thing of snow away. Okay, what am I doing wrong? I guess I'm going to go check, because I was pretty sure this was where you would do it, but maybe not. Let's look. What do you say? Bonus. Let's see. The bonus objective is talking by him. Hands behind the gate. You need to blow up the dwarven counter keg. After talking to him, push another keg and place it inside the wooden chains directly behind him. Okay, so we need to put it more... Okay. So, just quickly glancing at it, it sounds like this needs to be placed more specifically on that post. So, we're going to grab this and then head back there. Okay, cool. We got another one of these. And now we need to wander all the way back over there. I just wrote myself a note so I could remember the thing that I forgot, which was unfortunate. But anyway. We're going to make our way over here. And I guess what's happening is this thing right here is what's holding it up. So we just need to put it there. If you put it too close to the snow, it sounds like it just doesn't blow up, which is lame. That's a bit of weird triggering, in my opinion. But here we are. So Frostfire Driders are typically necromancers. That's what I was thinking, yeah. Oh, don't cast spells if this is on you. Fortunately, I probably don't need to, but yeah. Unless I want to make use of Hexbreaker, yeah, I suppose. Oh, goodness, Faint-Heartedness makes my cast time forever. There we go. Let's peel some random hex off of me. Oh, he's probably just going to use Hex Eater Signet, yeah. Like, yeah, eat some of them hexes. Fortunately, this thing has a relatively quick recharge. I mean, it's not quick, but... Aha! My secret weapon. Hexbreaker Area. There we go. Like, that's part of why I wanted to make sure I had a spell on my bar so I could benefit from Hexbreaker Area and be able to pull hexes off of myself. So, yay. And it's just going to be at the back of this cave that the Drake is located. I don't think it'll be too much of a problem, hopefully. Definitely want to be getting this thing going, I'll tell you what. Lots and lots of hexes being placed on us. I've decided. Get this off. Cool. I'm really liking having Hexbreaker Area going on, just to minimize some of the hex damage. I think this is actually very strong. Certainly stronger than it seems like it might be. That's kind of cool looking over there. I always like some of those moments. I really like caves. I don't know if I've really talked about this, but I don't have a whole lot of chance to experience caves normally, but I think they're really cool. I've gotten a few opportunities in the past to be able to go explore them. And I think caves are really, really cool. So, I in particular like, there's a section in Dark Souls 1 when you're making your way to Nito that has some cave stuff going on. And I particularly like that section. I think it's really cool. So. Yeah, Hexeater Signet doing work too, giving Norgu a bunch of energy. So the Drake here is going to be Whisker Feather Storm or whatever. And we are once again being assaulted by Driders. Oh, he dodged! No! That was going to be my strong thing that did stuff. Probably shouldn't be prioritizing this guy. I should probably be prioritizing these guys. That's neither here nor there. Try to get rid of some of this. Just use that to remove a hex. You can see weakness is like severely crippling my damage. It just is not good for damage. Cool, and we did the bonus, which is, as you notice, a bunch of experience, some gold, and a skill point. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and call this episode to a close. Take care, everyone. Until next time, don't get frozen, I guess. Bye.